Hiya, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. I'm the Cunning Man. And I hope you like the new little graphic at the start of the videos. I'm just playing with things, you know, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, messing with a bit of AI, which will surprise a lot of people that know me. But yeah, if you like it, good stuff. Anyway, today, as you can see, we are out on a very, very different motorcycle. Yes, you're very lovely. So, this is my Harley Davidson 1200 Sportster, and her name is the Morrigan. And the Morrigan is the Irish goddess of death and fate. And she's a shape changer, often took on the form of a raven. And when I bought this bike and put the fairings and all on it, and it was black and sleek and all lovely like it is, I suddenly thought, I know the perfect name for that bike. So, as you can see, she is finally fixed and repaired and all ready for some fun on the 1st of October, which is a bit of a pain. But I'm going to ride her all year. I'm not one of these that's like, oh, it's shiny, I will only ride it in the sunshine. And as you can see, we've come out today. It's quite cloudy and overcast, and we've had a little bit of rain. But what it is incredibly warm for the time of year. And I'm actually sweating quite a bit, just sat by here in the traffic. So we're just popping out today just to give the Morrigan a good test ride and see how she's running. And I'll tell you the reason for why. It's because when I bought her, if you've never bought motorcycles before, especially used motorcycles off the second-hand market, it can be something of a hotbed of dishonesty, shall we say. And not everybody tells the truth about the motorbikes that they're selling. And the chap that I bought this off, he told me that it had been his bike, he loved it, and he'd ridden it, but he'd upgraded to a bigger bike, and he was going on holiday, and he needed the money, and blah, 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 blah. So I bought it because he seemed a very trustworthy chap, and I should have known better. Well, I say I should have known better. I probably still would have bought it, but I would have worked him a little bit further on the price. But he seemed like a really honest chap and a nice guy, so I was like, yeah, go on then, and I bought the bike. Upon getting it home, I discovered that it had a couple of problems, and it's taken me a good 6 months to get those problems sorted out. Maybe even a little bit longer, to be fair, but it's taken me a while. And the reason for that is because I spent a little bit of time chasing my tail. So it had a really loud Vance & Hines exhaust system on it, which is fine if that's what you're into, and I don't criticise anybody with loud exhausts, but I can't have a loud exhaust. As you've seen from the shorts, I've explained that with my particular hearing issue, it causes pain to have really loud noise next to my head. So the first thing that I had to do was change out those silencers, and I found myself a set of standard Harley Davidson silencers, and got them, and in the process of fitting them, I discovered that quite a bit of the exhaust system in terms of flanges and washers and seals were all missing. And when they put the Vance & Hines exhaust system onto it, they hadn't done a very good job, and what they've basically done was binned off a load of the stuff that needed to be there for no apparent reason, which weirdly was making the bike louder and run terrible. So I thought to myself, well, I know it's not been running very well, and it seems to be cutting out here and there and not accelerating smoothly and all the rest of it. So I thought, well, that must have all been down to the exhaust system. And when I changed the exhaust system over, it did seem to run a little bit better. But it took me a little while to reverse engineer the work that chap had done on the motorbike, because sometimes you just don't know. And if you take an exhaust pipe off, you can see, oh, there's a washer here, there's a flange here, there's a crushed carbon washer here. But when you take everything off and there's nothing there, you kind of have to work it out from scratch. So I had to order the parts quite carefully, because the one thing about Harley Davidsons is that they're all a little bit different. So, for example, the 2009 Harley Davidson has got a completely different exhaust setup to the 2010 Harley Davidson, and a very, very different exhaust setup from like the 2006 Harley Davidson. So you have to be careful what you're buying, especially if you're trying to do it as inexpensively as possible. So I managed to get all the parts, get all that done, put all the parts on, started it up. It was running absolutely gorgeous. And then I noticed that it wasn't charging its battery, and it was throwing up all sorts of warning lamps and so on. So I then had to go through the process of working out why it wasn't charging its battery, and turned out it was the regulator rectifier, as I explained in one of my last videos. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a trial. It hasn't been expensive, because those parts are not really expensive to fit or to buy. So it hasn't been expensive, it's just been annoying. And finally, as you can see, the Morrigan is now running absolutely superbly. She's also not deafening me, which is really, really nice, because I had ridden the bike a little bit with the Vance & Hines exhausts on it, and if I'm honest with you, I wasn't enjoying it. Anything that causes you pain or discomfort like that, I don't think you are going to enjoy, are you? It's just one of those things. So I am really enjoying riding this bike now, and it's a beautiful motorcycle. And I think, so it's a funny thing, I bought this motorbike because I had always wanted a Harley Davidson, but had never kind of pulled the trigger and gone and got one. And I got the issue with my back, and I thought, well, if I don't have it now, there might come a time when I can't have a Harley Davidson because I can't ride one. So I decided to pull the pin and go for it, and I went and bought this, and I would have liked one of the bigger ones with the bigger engines and all the touring kit and all of that on it, but unfortunately I'm just in a position where I can't ride a bike that is that heavy. So I've had to cut my cloth to suit my needs, which is the 1200 Sportster, and it's an absolutely incredible motorbike. It really is. It's fast, it's comfortable, it goes really, really well, yeah, so I went and bought it, and then for the first few months I was kind of like, oh, maybe it's a never meet your heroes kind of situation here, because I'm not enjoying it. And now it's done, I am very much enjoying it. It is a very, very, very nice motorcycle to ride. So you are actually out with me on my first proper ride on it since it had all the work and has been all repaired. And so far, it's a bit of a peach, to be honest with you. It's riding nice, it handles nice. It's I spent a bit of money on it, making sure that I had it as I like it as well. So if you buy a motorbike and you're fussy, what a lot of us do is immediately take it and change the tyres for tyres that you know that you like. And I did that. I went and changed the tyres for some nice custom bike tyres, and it rolls over nicer, it handles nicer, and yeah, so I'm very pleased with it. Now, I am aware that this isn't a motorcycle Harley Davidson review channel, so I've included this because I think it's important, and I'm going to be out and about on this motorbike quite a bit in coming episodes and so on. So I think it's a good thing that I'm telling you about the bike. But obviously I'm not going to go on about it in specs and all of that sort of stuff. If you like that kind of thing, there are plenty of channels for that kind of stuff. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just out having a bit of a test ride, and I thought I would have a bit of a truck about, maybe go and find myself a nice cafe to have something to eat, or just even just a coffee, and kind of just enjoy the time that I'm having. So what I'm gonna do is, and this won't make it onto the video, but I'm just gonna leave the camera running and just enjoy my ride. Sorry, I had to stop and pull over just to show you that over there. I love the countryside humour. That sign over there, I don't know if you can see it. If you're watching on your phone, you probably can't. It says free beer, topless bartenders, and false advertising. Oh, brilliant! Love it. Okay, I have an announcement. This Harley Davidson is up for sale. If anybody would like to buy it, please let me know. She's done. So I'm riding along, and I don't know if you can see in the mirror there, but I'm currently on the hard shoulder, and she is burning oil like a good one. Something very wrong there. So after all the stuff that I've done to try and make sure and put her all back together, she is apparently now blowing her engine up. So yeah, this bike is gone. I'm not keeping her. Every bike gets 3 opportunities to let me down, and this bike, this is number 4. So unfortunately, my adventure into the world of Harley Davidson, I think is finished. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I will do a short video when I get back home, if I work out what's wrong and all the rest of it. Yeah, I think that's it for the day. Okay, so it wasn't burning oil, it's dumping it from somewhere out of the oil tank by the look of it. It's like the oil tank split, or an oil feed pipe split by there. So it's pouring out, and it was pouring out all over the exhaust, which is where all that smoke was coming from, and absolutely covered the back wheel in oil. That's not good. Well, at least the bike's not terminal, and it looks like there was still plenty of oil in it. So time to call recovery services, get the bike picked up, get it home, fix it, get it sold.